Hi, welcome to 4 Minutes of Film with me, Rhianna. This week I'm reviewing Starred Up, Labour Day and A Long Way Down. Let's start with Starred Up. So Eric is a violent prisoner who's just been moved from a young offenders institution to a prison where coincidentally his dad is also locked up. Gritty British thrillers are so easy to get wrong because people think that you can just throw violence and swearing at it and it'll be a hit, and it hardly ever is. But where Starred Up does it so well is that it keeps the tension bubbling under. So although you see some really awful scenes, a lot of the violence is suggested in your mind. So as an audience member, you're forever on edge, but without anything truly drastic happening. A lot of it is in your mind. When I spoke to Jack O'Connell, the lead, who got his big break playing Cook in Skins, I asked him how all-encompassing the prison environment was when he was filming, because it was entirely set in the prison.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Sorry, Mr. Haynes.
We were kept in cells instead of trailers, so we always had that sort of backdrop, and it was a decent reference for us as well. It helps us keep within the reality, and I think the film itself prides itself on being very, very realistic. I quite like feeling like I'm making documentaries, you know.
Are you quite method
like
then?
No, I'm not the most methodist.
You don't go full Robert De Niro?
No, I mean there's a cut-off point with me, but then like thankfully these characters I kind of know him well enough to be able to go to and fro with him.
Was it true that you had guided tours going on in the prison that you were filming in?
That's right, yeah.
That actually happened?
We had to accommodate him, yeah. Be halfway through a take and they had this like contingent of very well-to-do people like watching us smash the living out of each other.
The difference between Starred Up and a lot of other prison films is that it has a heart, and it was fantastically performed. So 4 stars for Starred Up, and next up it's A Long Way Down. Originally, this was a novel written by Nick Hornby of About a Boy fame, about 4 people who coincidentally meet on top of a rooftop when they're trying to throw themselves off it.
The man who had everything. Divorce, disgrace, humiliation. Why wouldn't I want to throw myself off a tall building?
Excuse me, are you going to be long?
What?
Maybe I should just wait.
I'll give you a shout on the way down.
This is British comedy at its very worst. I didn't laugh, I didn't cry, and although every single character had their own backstory, it all came too little too late. And in a film like this, where every single character is so essential and you don't like any of them, it's just a no. So 1 star for A Long Way Down. Massive shame. But next up, it's Labour Day with Josh Brolin and Kate Winslet. A man escapes from prison. Yes, it's another prison story, but don't worry, it's completely different. And he finds refuge with a woman and her son. And initially they're terrified of him, but eventually, as they find out more about his story, they're drawn to him and his charismatic nature.
I came to save you, Adele. Tomorrow, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
This felt like an old-fashioned drama, and it made me fall in love with the idea of love again. Kate Winslet and Josh Brolin work beautifully together, and Josh Brolin, who is fast scaling my favourite actor list, I got to speak to him, which was pretty cool, and I asked him, obviously, about working with Kate Winslet. A lot depends on the chemistry between the two of you. Did you two have any discussion about how you might play it, or did Jason Ryan just tell you exactly what he wanted?
You know, we discussed it a little bit, but also chemistry can work against you. Sometimes you get so comfortable with somebody that it takes away the spark. Sometimes you can not get along with somebody and it creates an incredible spark. We just got along really well. Like, she's somebody I could spend a lot of time with, and she's just fun. I think we're lucky in that it didn't get in the way. How we felt about each other personally, I don't know if it lent to it, but it didn't get in the way.
Some people might find Labour Day a bit too sickly sweet and a bit too saccharine for their liking, but I just had my heart completely warmed by it. And when you come out, you will be craving a peach pie, trust me. 4 stars for Labour Day. It's my pick of the week. Go and see it. Next week, I'll be reviewing Captain America and The Muppets Most Wanted, so click here to subscribe and catch that.